Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lena. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 girls, ages 14, 7, and 3. We are currently in our 6th year homeschooling, and on my channel you'll find homeschooling content, cleaning content, mom life content, and everything in between. Today's video is a day in the life where I'm going to bring you along throughout our day. We've got a couple errands to run, and then at the end I'm going to share with you a book haul. I'm doing a book reading challenge on Goodreads this year, so I went and picked up a couple new books to add to my to-be-read list. I'm going to share that with you guys at the end. So I hope you enjoy this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. So I was actually up a few hours before I had to get my girls up for school on this day, and I took advantage of that by making my coffee and actually getting to drink it hot. So I went in and I sat on the couch and I just pulled up social media, was checking Facebook and Instagram, my blog and my YouTube channel, answering comments, liking comments, all of that stuff. And then I watched YouTube for a little bit and just enjoyed the quiet, because as a mom, I don't get a lot of quiet. Alright, it's time to go feed the piggies. It's raining a little bit. Today is supposed to be a pretty crappy day, so that's always fun. So before we get started with school, I'm just checking my Scentsy page and my school page just to make sure I'm up to date with both of them. I've got Mindy playing on my phone, and this is Sophia's lesson that we're working on today, adding money. She is currently over there eating a muffin and doing an activity book with stickers all up and down her arm. And don't mind the mess behind her. I'm currently reorganizing parts of our homeschool room. I think I mentioned that in my last vlog. It's not done yet, so I can't show you like the outcome, but that's the mess. So that's where we're at. And then next we'll be doing homeschool. Alright y'all, so the shirt that I'm wearing is from Simply Living Co. on Instagram. I will tag them below. This one is the gray homeschool mama shirt. I also have the rust colored one that has the larger logo on it. They have stuff other than homeschool, so I will tag them below so you can check them out. And I believe this is a unisex shirt, so it fits a little looser than a woman's shirt would. So if you want something a little tighter, I would probably size down, but I like my stuff loose and oversized, so I went with my normal size, and it's soft and stretchy and comfortable. And then also I wanted to share my moisturizer I've been using. It's by e.l.f. and it's just the Holy Hydration. And I like it because it's nice and creamy and it doesn't leave like that oily feeling on your skin. So. Alright, so if you're in the market for a new moisturizer, I definitely try this one out. I have sensitive skin and it doesn't bother my skin at all. So, it's just the e.l.f. brand, and I got this at Target. I think it was like $8 maybe, I think. Excuse my children in the background. They're acting insane today. Alright, so we are headed to the post office. I've got to ship some stuff out. And then we are going to go to Target and Lowe's. So, let's get this day going. In these Lowe's and Target clips, I apologize for the angles and the awkward switches. There was so many people in those stores, and I don't like filming other people in my videos. I just don't like doing that. So I kept like trying to hold it down so I wouldn't catch anybody in my clips. So there's that. But I wanted to show you guys some flowers and just kind of, you know, our day. So I added them in anyways. Okay, I wanted to show you guys some books that I've picked up over the last week or so. My daughters and I went to the mall, and there's a store called Book Warehouse, and there's tons of books in there for pretty cheap. They had these ones. They had a couple of different price points for these ones, but they're wrapped so you don't know what the book is, and it just kind of gives you the genre and like some information about them. So I'm going to open these up in a minute. These were 4 for $20 or $4.99 a piece. So we just got 4 of these, and then Autumn picked up some books too there as well. So I'm going to open these in a second. And then at Goodwill I found this Nicholas Sparks book that I haven't read yet. This one, which these are like a series. It's 1 and 2 in a series. And then I picked up these. There's 3 of them, and they're short. I think they're like 60 something pages. So they'll be quick, but there's 3 parts to this. And there's part 2 and part 3. And then at Dollar Tree, I got these 3 books. They were $1.25 a piece. Y'all, don't sleep on Dollar Tree's books because you can find some good ones in there for cheap. And then this one. So those are just some books that I'm planning on reading. I'm going to add these books. I'm going to add to my Goodreads reading list for the year. And then I borrowed Midnight Sun from the library, and the ebooks you get like a 2-week loan period for, and I only finished half the book. And there's a long wait to get it back, so I went out and bought it. I am halfway through. So far, I'm loving it. I love, like, Edward's perspective of how things went down. If you've read Twilight, you know that it was from Bella's perspective. But, so, that's what I'm currently reading. And then all of these books will be just things that I add to my reading list. I've got a Goodreads challenge to do 24 books this year. And so far, I'm on track to do that. So, just got those. And then now I'm going to set this down and I'm going to open these ones and see what they are. So, the first one is a thriller. So, let's break into that. It is Give Me the Child by Mel McGrath. Never heard of this, but it says, imagine your doorbell rings in the middle of the night. You open the door to the police. With them is your husband's 11-year-old love child, a daughter you never knew he had. Her mother has been found dead in their South London flat. She has nowhere to go. Would you take her in? So, that's the first book. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting. The next one is Cozy Fiction. So let's see what this is. The Humanity Project. Okay, haven't heard of this one either. So, The Humanity Project by Jean Thompson. And this one says, after surviving a horrific shooting at her high school, 15-year-old Lene is packed off to live with her estranged father, Art, in California. Art, not much more than a child himself, doesn't quite understand how or why he has suddenly become responsible for raising a sullen and probably deeply damaged adolescent child. And although Lene has little interest in her father, she becomes fascinated by the eccentric cast of characters surrounding him. Connor, a local handyman whose own home life is a war zone, and Christy, her neighbor, who has just been given the reins to a bizarrely named charity fund, the Humanity Project. As the fund gains traction and Lene begins to heal, the Humanity Project begs the question, can you indeed pay someone to be good? At what price? Thompson proves herself at the height of her powers in the Humanity Project, crafting emotionally suspenseful and thoroughly entertaining characters in which we inevitably see ourselves. Set against the backdrop of current events and cultural calamity, it is at once a multifaceted ensemble drama and a deftly observant story of our 21st century society. Okay, so that looks like it'll be a good one too. So that's the second one. All right, this one is another thriller. So let's see what this one is. This one is Conrad Williams' Sonata of the Dead. Never heard of this one either. Says, even as he recovers from his near-fatal encounter with an unhinged killer, P.I. Joel Sorrell cannot forget his search for Sarah. He receives a tip that photographs of her have been found at a crime scene where a young man whom Sarah knew when they were children has been horribly dismembered. Finding a link between the victim and an underground writers group, Joel follows the thread, but every lead ends in another body. Someone is targeting the group, and it's only a matter of time before Joel's daughter is run to ground. All right. So I'm not sure if this is a series or what, but there's also, it says Dust and Desire, and then Hell is Empty is also by him, and it's a Joel Sorrell novel like this one is. So that's the third one, which looks good too. All right, and then the last one is another thriller. So let's see what this one is. This one is Deadlock by Robert Leperullo. So this one says, Special Forces veteran turned billionaire Brendan Page has some dirty, not so little secrets. He's built an empire on supplying futuristic weapons and highly trained soldiers to the world's most powerful armies. But he saved his most destructive weapons for himself. John Hutchison, a Denver newspaper columnist and avid bow hunter, has figured out the truth about Brendan Page and is determined to bring him down. But he's up against a warmonger linked to assassinations, kidnappings, and terrorist activities. Hutch quickly uncovers a plan that seems unfathomable in its recklessness and loss of life. Yet he's just one man up against impossible odds, with no plan B. Thankfully, it's just the kind of environment Hutch thrives best in, if he can survive the next 3 days. Deadlock will grab you from the riveting first page to its white-knuckle climax. Okay, so not something that I would generally read, but it sounds good. So, and again, I never heard of the author, so maybe this will put me on to some new authors that I can check out. So yeah. So that's the 4 books that I got that were wrapped. This one, this one, this one, and then this one. So those I will be adding all of these to my Goodreads list and hopefully getting through them this year. I generally read at nighttime when the girls are in bed and after I've finished some of my school stuff. So we will see where I get to with this list. I've got a list already started on Goodreads that I want to read, but I kind of want to read the books that I have on hand first, just so that way, you know, I'm not getting new books and not reading like what I already have. So yeah, that was my little book haul. I hope maybe you guys found some things that you would be interested in reading. I will go ahead and leave the name and the author of these books in the description. That way you guys can check them out if you would like to at a later time. But yeah. Midnight Sun and the other Nicholas Sparks book. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.